So, I did a thing recently. I spent $2,000 to buy a crypto.com Jade Green debit card. So, in this video, I want to answer the question, is it worth it to spend 2 grand on this card, and to explain my reasoning for getting this card. Now, before I break down the crypto.com card and my thoughts about it, I did want to take a moment to mention that this is not a sponsored review, and that yes, I spent my own cash to buy this card. I didn't get it for free just because I have a YouTube channel. Sometimes I do get things for free. This was not one of those situations. Also, I am an affiliate for crypto.com and a regular user of their services. And yes, if you want to sign up for the Ruby card or a higher tier, including the Jade Green card, which I'm going to be reviewing today, and you do it using the link down below in the description, then you will get a $50 bonus by using that link, which is definitely sweet to get free cash, and it is only available when using the link down below. Now, I'm going to start off this review with what I like about this card before going into some of the things that I'm not so hot about. And the first thing, and I know it's kind of silly, but the card's metal, which is kind of cool. Thought that'd make a cooler sound, but regardless, still pretty cool that it's made out of composite metal. It's my first metal card, and I know it's a bit gimmicky, but still kind of cool. I like it. Feels nice in the hand. It's good and heavy and all that fun stuff, but let's talk about the real stuff. Let's talk about why this card is actually cool, and it's not because it's shiny and made of metal. This is a Visa Platinum card, so it is basically accepted everywhere in the world where cards are accepted. The card also comes with some amazing built-in perks. The biggest, the most attractive, and the most obvious one is the crypto back program. So every time you swipe this card to buy something, you get 3% of the purchase price immediately rewarded back to your crypto.com account. I do like immediate phone message as well that comes with the details of what you bought and where you bought it and how much you spent, so that's kind of cool. The rewards payouts are done using the MCO token. That MCO can, of course, then be held to save up for a higher tier card, or you can just sell it straight away for Bitcoin. The awesome thing, too, is that this is built into the card, and then you can thus pair it up with other programs like the super popular Bitcoin back rewards program Lolly, which gives you a few percentage points of your purchase price back in Bitcoin. And of course, they work with hundreds of different major retailers on the internet. Or, of course, you could use it with something like the crypto-friendly travel site Travala, which also gives you a percentage of your booking price back in crypto. And they're also running a pretty sweet deal right now where you get a $50 bonus for your first booking on the site of $100 or more. So you can combine all these different services together with the card, and if you're doing that, you can easily be getting 6% or more back on your purchases in crypto. Nice. You can find a link for both Travala and Lolly down below if you want to get more info on those services. Now, back to the card itself. 3%, nice, generous rate, but yes, you can indeed find some bank-issued cards that give you higher cash back rates. Crypto.com does offer a 5% back card, but that card is very, very expensive, so that's worth considering before chasing that 5% cashback bonus. The Crypto.com Jade Green card gives me access to more than 1,000 lounges and over 400 airports around the world. And I travel enough that this is actually an awesome perk to get. Getting access to the lounge lets you, of course, then have a more comfortable waiting experience in the airport. We all know how gosh darn uncomfortable a lot of airports can be, especially if you're on a longer layover. And living in New Zealand, I tend to be on a lot of long layovers. The lounges also usually include drinks and snacks and sometimes even showers, so pretty sweet built-in bonus. Also, the Jade Green card gives you Netflix and Spotify for free. Now look, it's not that either of these services is very expensive, but if you're using them anyway, you save a few $100 a year. So why not? Now what about the fees? We all know that most fancy cards with lots of perks have got a lot of big fees attached to them. Well, unlike most credit cards these days, this card has no annual upkeep fees. Only the initial one-time token purchase. So there's no fee to maintain the card, but you do have to keep your MCO staked in order to continue getting the top benefits for the cards. The 500 MCO stake, which is around $2,000, you have to keep that staked up. If you unstake your MCO, then your benefits will be slashed. There's still benefits, but they're not as good as having the MCO staked, but you can still use the card in that situation, just as less favorable in terms of the rates. So for me, I plan on using the card and the lending services for a long time. So I don't really foresee unstaking that 500 MCO that I've got staked up at any near time in the future. But when I do, I will get those tokens back, which I can then sell on the market or do whatever else with them. Think of it kind of like a security deposit for your card. You get the tokens back at some point in the future. Now, the interbank exchange rate monthly limit is $10,000 for free and 0.5% thereafter. This is good and, to be honest, has a generous enough limit for most people in most situations. And a low fee after that. The card also offers a no-fee ATM monthly withdrawal limit of $800, 2% thereafter. Now, on the one hand, $800 is kind of a small limit, but on the other hand, I do not use a lot of cash. Honestly, when I'm traveling in most countries these days, it's all on the card. I'm not using a lot of cash, so a couple $100, usually enough for little things like taxis and tips and, meals in restaurants, whatever it might be. There are some exceptions, but most of what I do does go on the card when I'm traveling. Also, after the $800 with no fee, the 2% is still pretty gosh darn competitive, on par with what my other bank cards are already charging me every time that I swipe them when I'm abroad, so that's pretty cool. Now, those are all the things that I love about the card. Let's move on to some of the things that I'm not so hot about. Crypto.com offers a few different tiers of cards, and yes, as mentioned, this card costs around $2,000, as it requires a 500 MCO stake. And let's just be real for a second. $2,000 is pretty gosh darn expensive for most people to buy a card. I'm grateful that I'm able to afford to spend that kind of money on a card, but I also realize that it does not fit everyone's budget. And this is just a mid-level card. There are two higher tiers, which are way, way more expensive than this one. But there is another card which is way more accessible to a much wider audience of people. So if you're listening to this thinking, well, that's kind of a cool idea, well, then you should check out the Ruby Steel card. You can get the Ruby card for only 50 MCO, which is approximately $200 at the moment. Now, it only gives you a 2% crypto back reward, but you also get free Spotify, so that's a pretty sweet little bonus. Now, while the perks are not as substantial with the Ruby Steel card, it certainly pays for itself a lot easier. It only takes $10,000 in purchases to get the cash back equivalent paid back to you in crypto. And when you sign up for your account using the link down below, you get your $50 sign up bonus, which automatically takes $50 off of your $200 card. And then you get the free Spotify, which when you consider those rebates and the cash back, this card, the Ruby Steel card, can pay for itself in about a year quite easily. Now, all of that being said, I got the Jade Green card because outside of my interest in the card itself, in the perks that it offers, I'm currently lending using the Crypto.com app, which requires a 500 MCO stake. Now, the card itself, I feel, is worth the 500 MCO stake in of itself. But when you combine that with the top tier lending rates, then the whole package that you're getting becomes very, very attractive. So I'm currently getting around 12% annually lending out USDC on crypto.com and 6% on my Bitcoin. So that alone is worth the 500 MCO stake, but then you get the card as a bonus. Now the next one that I'm not so hot on is that there are no air points. And air points are like financial credit card crack, ma'am. So I suppose that my Air New Zealand card is not getting retired anytime soon. Also, it would be really cool to see some other top tier travel perks like priority access to hotels and other kinds of upgrades and stuff like that. But still, there's some pretty good perks already. Also, I would like to see an option to have my cash back bonus paid out in Bitcoin or a stable coin. That would be awesome. But to be fair, it is actually super easy to transfer it from MCO over to Bitcoin, so really not a big deal. And of course, perhaps my biggest overall criticism is that using this card empowers Visa and profits Visa instead of just sending Bitcoin from my wallet to a merchant. But we have to keep it real. Until we get wider spread adoption, something like the crypto.com card, it's a great middle step. Just as a quick example for you, in Wellington, my town, I know of only one shop that directly accepts Bitcoin. And it's a barber shop. And you guys know how often I get haircuts, like never. So it's not super useful for me. Anyway, so the big question, is this worth it? Was it worth $2,000 to buy this card? For me personally, yes, it was. I plan on using the lounge passes. I'm lending USDC and BTC on the app, so I want to get those higher rates. And it's easy to take profits from the crypto lending to top up my card. And I will happily take the free Netflix and the free Spotify as well. And that 3% back on purchases, definitely an awesome bonus. Very cool stuff and a pretty good rate of return for every time that I swipe that card. Yes, I will need to buy loads of stuff to get the 2K back, but when looking at the whole package that I get from owning this crypto.com card, it really adds up. And it just adds really to the overall pretty cool experience that you get on crypto.com with buying and selling and lending and getting your card and all that fun kind of stuff that you can do in the app. You can buy crypto with fiat, lend it out, and then spend the interest that you make from lending to buy stuff and then get cashback rewards on it. So that's pretty gosh darn cool. Now, is the Jade Green card good for everyone? Probably not. If you don't plan on using the perks or spending a lot on the card, it really may not be the best fit for you. Unless you want to stake that 500 MCO just to be getting the top tier lending rates anyway. But the Ruby Steel card, that's actually a really great value, I think, for a much wider audience of people. Also, the team at crypto.com has just started shipping these bad boys to Australia, New Zealand, Taiwan, and the Philippines. So if you're in any of those places, you can now grab one of these. Also, the card is already available in Singapore and most states in the United States, and it'll be coming to Europe soon. So if you want to get one and you're in Europe, keep an eye out. I think you can sign up for them already and get on the waiting list. So if you do want to get signed up for a crypto.com card, then make sure to use the link down below to get your free $50 bonus. Also, if you already have a crypto.com card, then I really want to hear from you. Let me know, what has your experience with the card been? And of course, you can let everyone out there in the audience know as well what your experience has been. So hit us up down below in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching this review of the crypto.com Jade Green card. Let me know what you think about the card. Do you think that this card is worth what I spent to get it? Let me know down below. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button to appease the YouTube gods. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.